So let me tell you about today and how that's gone, and what was wrong with the bike, where we're heading this evening. So finally the bike is running, and what time are we on? 4:15 on a Sunday. So I'd planned today to get out and do a lovely ride out, actually through the valleys and up to a place above Skipton, which is called Kilnsea Park, and it was going to be an absolute epic ride. And I got on the bike this morning about 9:30 AM and then pressed the start button, and it just kept whirring over and didn't fire. So yeah, had a real problem. Now the problem was probably my fault, although I'm not 100% certain on that just yet. The fault has taken me literally 4.5 hours to resolve, and it's finally resolved. The bike has started. And what I did, I stripped the whole bike down. I checked the air filter, make sure the air box wasn't blocked or anything like that. I checked the fuel, make sure the fuel was going in. I ripped the spark plugs out, checked those, had a spark, so nothing wrong there. Just the bike wouldn't fire, wouldn't start. The battery, as you can imagine, with me doing all of this and kept trying it, flattened, so I had to recharge the battery. Thankfully I had my Noco Boost, which I'll show you shortly. It's a product that I highly recommend getting, because it really does get you out of some scrape. So I'll show you that in a little while when I pull up and have some chips from the chippy on this glorious evening. So next I got the Yamaha MT10 service manual out, and I looked through that, and then you realise it could be about 10 things that could have gone wrong, apart from wiring. It could have been a clutch switch, it could have been a side stand switch, it could have been a spark plug, a lead, like I say, wiring. There was lots and lots of things, even down to the battery. If the battery hadn't got enough power, it wouldn't start the engine. So I checked everything, absolutely everything. So about 3 o'clock this afternoon I got around to the side stand switch, and I unplugged the side stand switch first, and then I started the bike. Literally just one press of the button and it fired up. So hopefully I've found the fault. Now what I did notice is I had actually, on Saturday morning, I totally covered the engine and everything with the ACF 50 winter treatment, as I normally do every year. I do it winter and summer. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't start the bike straight after I did it, after I let it drip off and things, which I normally do. And the bike then smokes like hell, because if you've got any on the exhaust and the engine, obviously those places get hot, it smokes for about 5 minutes, all good and ready for winter. Now one thing I didn't do is I didn't start it, and the reason I didn't was that the neighbours were sitting in their garden, and the last thing I want to do is cause a problem and make a load of smelly smoke wafting over the fence. And so anyway, I thought, okay, I'll leave it, and then on Sunday morning I'll fire it up and go for a ride and burn it off. Hence my my epic Kilnsea Park trip, which I thought that'll be a really nice run today and get a bit of lunch there. Comes down to it that where the actual chain goes around the front cog, and obviously with lubing the chain over the year, you get a lot of mucky. Oh my god, another one about to die. Really crazy, absolutely crazy. We've only just come out of the 30 limit as well. Oncoming cars, oh my god. I don't want to really think of what's going to be down the road if that guy's wiped out. Anyway, I'll carry on with the story. So yeah, around the front cog where you oil your chain, you get a lot of build-up of oil, and it goes really sticky and gunky. And what happens on the MT10s, and I'll show you when we get to pull up to have some tea tonight, and I'll show you down by where the side stand is, and the clutch switch is directly below where that cog is and where all the gunk and everything drips down. I run my finger up to the switch, and all around the switch it was just absolutely covered in like greasy oil, full of grit and things like that from the road over the year. Took that apart, gave it a real good clean, gave it a good WD-40, and kept pushing the switch in and out for about 10 minutes, and yeah, it seemed free enough anyway. So then I put it all back on the bike and plugged it all back in, and it works again now. Starts first time, although the battery was dead by that time, so I had to plug the Noco Boost in. It will start a 6-litre diesel truck about 7 times, so on the bike it'll start it, you know, forevermore. So yeah, so that's what happened to the bike, and that's why I'm really peed off today, because it's been an absolute glorious day, as you can see from the blue skies. Probably our last day of summer, and I wanted to go up to Kilnsey Park to show you that. It has been in a video before, but it would have been a really nice run out. I'm just relieved and also happy that the bike's now started. I will keep my eye on that switch to see if it does happen again. At least I know what it is now. And if you do own an MT10, a Yamaha MT10 or the SP, or even any other bike really, because they're all in the same place, right underneath the front chain cog, and that's where all the oil drips down and makes everything all mucky. If you are having a problem, yeah, it could be something as simple as a switch. So it's lovely to get out and finally get back on the bike. I was getting quite stressed out this afternoon going through everything, but it was a lengthy, like I say, 4.5 hours of trial and error and checking everything off the box. And then if I'd have got to the last one and it still didn't start, it would have had to have gone into the garage, and probably an electrical wiring problem. But I'm glad it didn't have that issue. Well, the sun's against us, heading west now. The sun's just going down in the sky, which is a shame because it would create quite a flare on the lens and you don't get to see the full picture. Actually, it's just gone behind a cloud, so all good. It's not in my eyes anymore. So temperature's still good. I thought I'd be in my winter gloves today, but yeah, it's still 14 degrees and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. And I think is it the end of this month the clocks change again to winter. Not looking forward to that. Not overtaking these cars in front and going mad like that other biker was. This road is notorious for bike accidents, especially this section, and in fact there's average speed cameras further down. So what we're doing, actually going down to Knott End to sit opposite Fleetwood, where the little ferry goes across. I have some sausage and chips, I think, for tea. I've not told the wife that I'm doing that, but anyway, that's what's happening. Just going to sit and chill out, watch the sun go down, have something to eat, because I've forgotten to eat today with trying to sort this problem out. Absolutely gorgeous evening. Thanks for everyone to comment on the last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Future plans. Yeah, a lot to do before then really. I've got some boating courses booked for summer, get me up to speed. All being well, we'll be out of COVID next year, but who knows. I think we're just about to get some rule changes next week by the government, and I'm not going to dive into that because it's just all depressing really, and it's getting me down a little bit lately. I've got a busy week ahead of work. I've got to go to London this week again, so nice old drive down the M6, M1. And sadly, I think I'm not going to be able to get my Scottish trip in. I would like to have done it last weekend and set off, but plans changed as we got that horrific storm that came in for 3 or 4 days, and it was just rain, rain, rain. So yeah, time is ticking this month. Work is getting busier, so I might have to knock it on the head until next spring now. Let's just see. And also the weather's changing. Once the clocks do change, it won't be much fun with late afternoon where it turns dark. So anyway, not to worry. Plenty of other stuff planned within 2 hours, 3 hours of home. Stay tuned for that coming up, folks. So if you are up in the Lancashire area, this is a nice run out. Hopefully the chip is open. Little train there. I'm not sure why there's a train there, to be honest. Maybe one of you can tell me. Some llamas just there in the field. And then we've got the average speed cameras just up here as well. 50 miles an hour speed limit. Not that I'm doing that with these cars in front of me, but anyway, just out for a poodle. Nothing too fast today, just taking care of the bike, making sure it's running okay after its little problem. And I'm trying to invest into obviously another drone. As you know, or some of you know, I crashed my drone a while back, and I do see that DJI, I think next week, are about to do a launch event, and there's rumours that the Mavic Mini drone, there's going to be a Mavic Mini 2. Now I don't know how accurate the bits and snippets I've seen, but we'll wait for that. Also there's rumours that there's going to be a Dji Osmo Action 2 coming out as well. So I noticed that if you look on all the websites, they're reduced in price currently, and when they reduce things in price heavily, it's normally because there's a new model coming out. So on drones and cameras, I need to get a new drone and I need to get an extra camera. So I was going to go down the GoPro route with the new 9 that's come out, but I'm going to wait and see if they bring an Osmo Action 2 out and what features it has over the old one that I'm using now on my helmet. If they do bring a new one out, then I'll stick with the DJI equipment. So I'm looking forward to that launch event coming up this week. I think it's the 14th. Rather a windy day, and I hope you can hear me okay. Last week's video, apologies again, I split the mic and put an external mic in the back of my jacket to pick the bike noise up, and somebody had mentioned prior it would be nice to hear the bike as well, but it's kind of difficult to do unless you have an external recorder, and then the difficult part is actually matching it up within the editing process, and it's a real pain in the arse. So I took it off again so you can hear me nice and clear, and if you want to hear bike noise, then let me know and I'll do just some videos, some you know, more quicker stuff around the lanes. If you want to hear the note of the MT10, then let me know. Happy to put those up, but I always find that just riding videos with either music or B, just a bike noise, and that's it, is pretty dull. So that's why I don't do it. So we're just turning now, heading down towards Knot End. So one of the other things I was going to show you, and if you own a HJC helmet similar to what I'm using, and this is the RPHA Alpha range, I think the visors, the front clip where it clips in, is all the same on all of the RPH lids. And I remember some years ago a mate of mine actually breaking the visor where the front clip is, and then he went away, I think, from HJC helmets because of this. He even took it back to the dealer and said, look, this is broken, you know, and they replaced the visor for him. But one thing they didn't tell him, now I don't know if they changed the visor and the clip at some point, but I used to find when I was when my visor's clipped in and I'm going along, and then I try and open my visor, it's really difficult to open, to the point where I think I'm going to break the clip. I actually looked this up online and happened to find a video where someone had actually mentioned that on the catch at the front there's like a little black plastic section, and this actually is like a switch, so you push it across and it locks the visor in place so you can't open it. And that's what was happening when I was picking the helmet up and things. I must have been knocking this switch across and then having a problem, because sometimes it would open easily and sometimes I couldn't hardly open it. It was really difficult. So when I do pull up as well, I'll make sure I show you that little clip, because there's nothing in the instructions on the helmet. Nobody tells you, even the dealers didn't tell this guy what the issue and the problem was, and all you need to do is basically make sure that little black clip is in the right position and you can open and close your visor. So yeah, if you are thinking of getting a HJC helmet, or you own one now and you've had a similar issue, then that's the reason for it. So we've got a fish and chip shop here. Actually looks closed to me. Is it closed? Yes, it's closed. Okay, so there's one further back down the road which I'm going to spin round and have a look. And I hope that other one's open, otherwise I'm not going to have any tea. No, I think it was further down the road here, just down here somewhere on the left. Nice trials bike for sale there. Doesn't say how much though. Always wanted a trials bike. Okay, so it's just down here, I think. Fish and chips. Is it open? Is it open? Is it hell's like? What's wrong with people? Sunday, Monday closed. Well, that's no good, is it? Okay, so no tea for me, which is a shame. There is Noco Cafe, but I doubt very much that it's open at this time on a Sunday. And we'll have a sit down on the bench there, and I'll show you where I've cleaned that little switch on the side stand. Also the Noco Boost, starting your bike. Also I'll show you the helmet clip on the visor for future reference. By the way, that Noco Boost, it has a torch built into it, and also a USB out as well, so you can charge your mobiles, your iPads and things. I do find it useful if I go touring or camping. I take it with me. A, will help start the car or bike if I'm stuck, and B, it charges all my devices, so it acts like a battery bank. So I think there's only 2 chippies. There's a fried chicken place there. Doesn't look very nice though. Let's see what's around here. Indian restaurant. Don't fancy Indian. Well, that's a shame. Just fancied some sausage and chips, or some fish and chips. Anyway, over to the right you can see the sands, and what you can't see in the distance, what I can see, is all of the windmills out at sea, hundreds and hundreds of them, generating electricity. So there's normally a bike night at Noco Cafe in the summer, but all that's shelved this year, obviously. It looks still open. Closed signs on there. So what you've got over there, you've got Fleetwood. The water separates Knot End and Fleetwood here, and then at the bottom of here there's normally a boat that comes across, and you can get the ferry across to Fleetwood just the other side. Here's the sands. Yeah, the sea comes right the way in here. Absolute lovely spot to sit down on the bench just up there and have some fish and chips. You've got Heysham Power Station in the distance, and then Lancaster, Morecambe to the right of it, I think, or Morecambe to the left of it, Lancaster to the right. HM Coast Guard Station just there. There's a ferry out there, it looks actually beached. Okay, so let's show the Noco Boost to you. And there it is. Really small, slim. You've got a USB in, USB out, USB ins for charging. You've got torch on this end. There we go. And then you can turn it on. You can see it's fully charged. And then you can hit this one, hold it, and that will give a really high energy charge into your battery. So that's the Noco Boost, and then you've got a pair of really robust crocodile clips on the end, and this plugs in to here. Plug it in the right way, and then you connect that to your battery. So like I say, this will actually start your bike 6 times, or it will start a 6-litre diesel truck 6 times. So I keep that with me at all times, just in my my rucksack. So I don't know if you can see just down here, and that's where the actual switch is, just behind this plate, and that was all gunked up. So you've got the cog here on the front of the chain, all the oil comes down, drips into here, and it clogged that switch up just behind that plate. So it's all clean now and all working, back to normal, thankfully. Okay, so you can probably see just here on the front of the helmet, under the little catch here, you have a little clip, and basically if I push it that way and I lock the lid, So that's really hard to open. I'm forcing that and it's not coming open. So push it this way, lock it, instant open. So that's the issue with the HJC helmets, with these braking. Not everybody knows about this little clip just underneath here. Just that black bit just there. Slides one way then the other. Yeah, so this is Knot End. Yeah, I'm starving, so I'm going home, folks. But yeah, if you ever come down to this place, grab some fish and chips. Not on a Sunday and Monday though, because they're shut. So let's see if the MT10 starts. Yep, all started. Jolly good. It's quite windy here, very open to the elements, but like I say, lovely spot to head down. A Knot End cafe just there, normally open through the day, so if you are up this way, they do some good grub just in there, next to the Coast Guard station. Right, let's go. So we hope to be back next weekend. I'll take you up to Kilnsey Park. It's a fly fishing lake, but they have a really nice cafe on site and it's really picturesque over that area. So that's next weekend's video sorted. Just hope the weather stays good for us. I don't mind if it rains during the week, but weekends I want it nice and sunny like today. So thanks for joining me, guys, and appreciate it always to the subscribers. And if you're a new subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for future videos coming up, folks. So we'll see you on another one, and have a great week, whatever you're doing, and I'll catch you later. Take care.